Alright, in this video, we're gonna be going over the new top 5 fastest killing guns after the Modern Warfare 2 Season 4 Reloaded update. A lot of weapons receive buffs and nerfs, and it's now time to change your class setup. These are geared to help you guys get your first MGB nuke, so if you guys enjoy the video, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, let me know down in the comment section right now, what is your current KD ratio and how many nukes, if any, do you guys have? If you need your attachments unlocked, your camo challenge is completed, or the nuke skin acquired, Brown Magician has you covered on Modern Warfare 2 as well as other Call of Duty games. Make sure you guys go to the top of the description and check them out. Now for the first class, we're taking a look at the CHIMERA. This is going to be one of the best weapons in the entire game and one of my personal favorite assault rifles. It just gets the job done. For the first attachment, we are going to utilize the Bruin Flash Grip here to increase sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up the sprint to fire speed to -0.19 and additional aim down sight speed to -0.71. We are going to rock a stock, and the TRX-56 is going to be perfect, increasing that stability as well as recoil control. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up that aim walking speed some more to -0.77 and additional aim down sight speed to -3.23. We are not rocking an optic. These are going to be completely irrelevant, and we're also skipping over the laser. These are not going to help this class setup out. We are going to rock the 10-inch SA Phoenix, which is going to be a mandatory attachment on this weapon, drastically bumping up damage range, velocity, recoil control, and hipfire accuracy as a very nice bonus. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing aim down sight speed to -0.13 and aim walking speed at -0.16 here. For the muzzle, we are going to rock that Pulifire S. Sometimes it does glitch out, but we are going to be taking advantage of sound suppression, damage range, smoothness, as well as velocity. Everything we need to go ahead and build up a quick and easy streak in their spawn, we have that covered with this attachment. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing that velocity some more at +0.77 and more aim down sight speed at -0.99. Overall, a great attachment and tune combo. Now, we are going to be skipping over the underbarrel. These, believe it or not, are going to be irrelevant on the CHIMERA. We don't have to rock this, which is huge. We can jump right over to the magazine and equip that 45 round mag so we can take out more players at the same time. Once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, be very happy because we have an assault rifle build that not only gives us a free attachment under the magazine category, but a quick ADS and overall a very fast time to kill with a quick reload as well. For the remainder of the setup, we are going to be utilizing the F-Tech Siege. This is going to be pretty much in the submachine gun format. This is going to be great. You don't have to tune any of the attachments, but I will go ahead and go over those. We are going to rock that SIR 160 rear grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. And for the tuning, it's mandatory if you want to rock it as a primary, but as a secondary, it's not. -0.32 at sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at -0.84. We are going to rock that 72 round drum because this weapon is literally a melt machine. It's a bullet hose. This is going to be a mandatory attachment on this weapon. We're going to skip all these, jump to the barrel, and we're going to utilize the NST-81, which is great on this, upping up that sound suppression, damage range, hipfire accuracy, as well as bullet velocity. Now, for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that damage range some more to +0.23 and more aim walking speed at -0.27. We are going to rock a laser. The FGX D-70 is going to be great on here, increasing that aim down sight speed, stability, as well as sprint to fire speed. And for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim down sight speed some more to -44.42 and sprint to fire speed ever so slightly at -0.06. And then finally, for the stock, we are going to rock that Siege wire stock to give it more of a submachine gun feel with that aim walking speed, recoil control, as well as sprint speed bumped up. And then finally, for the tuning, we are going to be bumping up aim walking speed at -1.32 and aim down sight speed at -1.94. Up in the firing range, you're going to see here that this pistol literally is going to handle like a submachine gun. I mean, very low recoil and also incredibly easy to use. So definitely go ahead and give this a try. Again, tuning is not mandatory. You're rocking it as a secondary, but if you're going to run around with this like a primary weapon, definitely go ahead and tune it. Main of the setup is going to be the stun grenade, the proximity mine, and for the perks, I'm rocking double time scavenger, resupply here, which is key for getting nukes, as well as quick fix. And for the field upgrades, we have pro enabled with munitions box as well as dead silence. Overall, great class setup. You can't go wrong with it. The CHIMERA and the F-Tech Siege combo is literally like peas in a pod. Now for class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the ISO HEMLOCK, man. The ISO is still amazing, and Luckily, they did not touch this within the Season 4 Reloaded update. Now, for the attachments, we are going to utilize the Phantom Grip here. It's going to be a great attachment, bumping up the sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing sprint to fire speed at -0.22 and aim down sight speed at -0.77. Overall, a great attachment. You can rock this, which is going to be bumping up close range and also that long range capability, because we're still not going to have as much recoil cons on this build. We are not rocking a stock because these are going to be irrelevant. They're not going to be helping us out on this setup, so we're not going to equip it. And for the optic, we are going to rock that Chrono Mini Pro for that precision sight picture. Overall, a great attachment here for this weapon. It's going to give us a cleaner sight so we can go at people out at longer ranges very easily. Now, unlike a lot of the other attachments on this weapon, we are not going to tune this. Tuning the ISO actually makes it worse, so we don't want that to happen. For the laser, we're going to be skipping over all these. These are going to be completely irrelevant, but we are going to rock a barrel, and the Fiedler T50 is going to be a great choice here, bumping up that damage range, velocity, recoil control, and hip fire accuracy as a nice bonus. Overall, a great attachment on this assault rifle, completely giving us really good long range handling. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up aim down sight speed to -0.26 and aim down sight speed at -0.37. You can't go wrong here. We're going to be taking advantage of all ranges and also getting a nice bump at close ranges as well. For the muzzle, the Eclipse 80 is going to be a great option. We're taking advantage of sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, additional smoothness, just when we need to go ahead and stay off the map and just run around their spawn and build up a quick and easy streak. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up velocity at +0.74 and aim down sight speed at -1.04. Just a great attachment here, again taking advantage of both close range as well as long ranges. And then finally, for the underbarrel, we are going to utilize the Commando foregrip. Just going to be a great attachment to smooth out that recoil pattern, overall making it a lot easier to use ISO Hemlock class. And for the tuning, we are going to be bumping up aim walking speed at -0.25 and aim down sight speed at -0.46. Jumping the firing range, we're very happy because, again, like all my class setups, quick ADS. I mean, there's no recoil here, man. The recoil literally has left the chat. Overall, a fantastic loadout. Now for the secondary, we are going to rock the F-Tac Siege in its submachine gun format here. SIR 160 rear grip, 72 round drum, the NST 81 barrel, FGX DN70 laser, and the Siege wire stock. Now we have the stun grenade, proximity mine again, and for the perks, double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, and for the field upgrades, pro enabled with munitions box and dead silence. Again, another setup you guys cannot go wrong with. The Hemlock as well as the F-Tac Siege, again, are going to be a deadly combo when trying to secure an MGB nuke. Now for setup number 3, we're taking a look at the M13B. Not that many people rock the M13B, but luckily this weapon has received so many buffs that it's actually viable within the Season 4 Reloaded update meta. Now for the first attachment, we're going to run the Bruin Flash Grip. This is going to be a great attachment, increasing that sprint to fire speed as well as additional aim down sight speed. For the tuning, we are going to be rocking with increased sprint to fire speed at -0.26 and recoil steadiness at +0.81, taking advantage of close ranges as well as long ranges. We are not going to rock a stock. These are going to be completely irrelevant, but we are going to rock an optic and the Chrono Mini Pro. You cannot go wrong with this here. The blue dot is going to be great, giving us a cleaner optic picture, making sure that those long range engagements are a lot easier to win. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up just the aim down sight speed at -1.74. Now for the laser, we're going to be skipping over all these. These are not going to help us out, so go ahead and just skip it. Don't have to equip it. Now for the barrel, the 14-inch Bruin Echelon barrel is going to be great, increasing that long range capability with increased damage range, velocity, recoil control, and more hip fire accuracy. Just a great attachment to go ahead and smooth out this weapon's kind of well-roundedness. Now for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that aim down sight speed at -0.10 and more steadiness at +0.39. We are rocking the Eclipse 80 again. It's going to be a great attachment to allow us to get behind their spawn, live a quick and easy streak, and drop those nukes. Sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, smoothness. What more can you ask for? Now for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that velocity some more at +0.84 and more recoil smoothness at +0.59. And then finally, we are going to go ahead and rock the Commando foregrip again to smooth out that recoil pattern, overall making a hell of a lot easier to use M13B setup. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing aim walking speed at -0.37 and aim down sight speed at -0.65. Now, once you go ahead and get the firing range, like all of my builds, we have a setup that has a quick ADS. And again, recoil has left the chat. Definitely a good weapon to use to shake up the current season 4 meta. Now, for the secondary, we are going to go ahead and rock the F-Tac Siege again in its submachine gun format. Sir 160, 72 round drum, the NST, the FGX Diod, as well as the Siege wire stock. And we are running the stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks, double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, with the field upgrade set for munitions box and dead silence. You can't go wrong with these. You're going to be running and gunning and dominating every single lobby with this new M13B setup. Now for setup number 4, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the ISO 45. This weapon received a nerf within season 4, just like its big brother, the ISO HEMLOCK. Even though they nerfed it, it's still amazing. For the first attachment, we're going to rock that EXP shear for that increased sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. For the tuning, we are going to be bumping up sprint to fire speed some more at -0.23 and more recoil steadiness at +0.90. For the stock, the Demo Fade Tac is going to be amazing, bumping up aim walking speed and sprint speed. We're going to go ahead and give this SMG a little bit more kick at close ranges. Now for tuning, we're going to be increasing that aim walking speed at -1.16 and aim downside speed at -3.87 here. A great attachment taking advantage of close ranges. Now for this class, we are skipping over the optic. The iron sights on the ISO 45 are perfect for this build. We also are going to be skipping over the laser. These are going to be completely irrelevant. We're not going to run this. We have a better attachment to choose from. Now for the barrel, the 16-inch XLBS is going to be perfect. Not only are we going to be getting sound suppression, but we are going to have increased velocity, recoil control, as well as damage range here. This integrated suppressor is going to be amazing when trying to get those high streaks and those MGB nukes. Now, for the tuning, we are going to be increasing aim down sight speed some more at -0.30 and recoil steadiness at +0.27. Obviously, the muzzle will be restricted because we have an integrated suppressor, but we are going to be rocking an underbarrel, which is going to be the Commando foregrip, to further smooth out that recoil pattern, making everything easier to get done at longer ranges. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing aim walking speed at -0.35 and recoil stabilization at +0.62. And then finally, we are going to rock that 45 round drum because why not? We have an extra attachment slot. This is going to overall allow us to take more people out at the same time. Once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, this submachine gun is going to be pretty much an AR hybrid that has a quick ADS and controllable recoil with a fast reload as well. So overall, a great class setup. Now, the build is going to be the F-Tac Siege. We're rocking this in the submachine gun format. Sir 160 rear grip, 72 round drum, NST 81 barrel, FGX 70 laser, and the Siege wire stock. We're running the stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks, we are running double time scavenger, resupply quick fix, and for the field upgrades, munitions box and dead silence is going to be a phenomenal choice here. Just a good setup that you guys cannot go wrong with, and one of the best SMGs to rock in the entire game. Now for class setup number 5, we are be taking a look at the Vel 46. I will always recommend the submachine gun because it is nasty when built right. Now we are skipping over the rear grip. These are not going to help us out, but we are going to rock a stock, and we're going to rock the collapse stock, removing the stock, bumping up aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and hip recoil control. Unfortunately, we can't tune this. Now, we're not rocking an optic because the Vel's iron sights are some of the cleanest iron sights in the entire game, but we are going to rock a laser, and the VLK LZR 7 milliwatt is going to be a phenomenal attachment of choice, increasing that close range handling with aim down sight speed, stability, and sprint to fire speed. Now for the tuning, we are going to be bumping up aim down sight speed some more at -37.84 and more sprint to fire speed at -0.37 as well. We're going to go ahead and mirror these. Now for the barrel, the Lock DX203 is going to be mandatory, bumping up recoil control, damage range, bullet velocity, and hip fire accuracy, making sure we can take people out at those medium ranges if we get those gunfights. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing aim down sight speed at -0.15 and more recoil steadiness at +0.34. Now, do not forget to rock a muzzle, and the X10 Razor comp is going to be a great choice. Rocking the submachine gun loud and proud, you can go ahead and dominate anybody across the map. horizontal and vertical recoil control, you can't get anything better. Now for the tuning, we are going to be increasing that recoil control some more at plus 0.21 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.46. And then finally, for the underbarrel, we are going to utilize the shark fin 90 here. It's going to be a great option, giving us that stability and 0 cons, which is a huge W in my opinion. For the tuning, we are going to be increasing aim walking speed at negative 0.28 and more recoil steadiness at plus 0.65. Going ahead and jumping the firing range, again, we're going to have a class setup, quick ADS, as well as controllable recoil. The remainder of the build is going to be the F-Tac Siege here. Now we're going to be rocking it in the submachine gun format, 160 rear grip, 72 round drum, the NC81 barrel, FJX 70 laser, and the Siege wire stock. Stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks, double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, and for the field upgrades, we have munitions box and dead silence with that pro enabled. Overall, a great class that you guys cannot go wrong with. This is going to be devastating at any and all ranges, and one of the best SMGs in the game next to the ISO 45. These are going to be the top 5 fastest killing guns after the Season 4 Reloaded update. If there are 2 sets I want you guys to check out right now, definitely go ahead and shake it up with the M13B. This is definitely an assault rifle that is worth the look within the season. And also, you know, I got to give the shout out to the ISO 45, man. This thing gets the job done. Seriously. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one, man. Deuces.